Hi, this is Mike, and this is the second developer diary of a game I'm calling a Lode Runner story. In the previous developer diary, we started by looking at the core gameplay of the game, how everything works, and we continued to look at some of the menu systems in the game, focusing in particular on the inventory system and how throughout the game you can acquire items that have varying degrees of impact upon how you play the game. You know, slowing down the enemies, speeding you up, things like that. Today, we're going to look at a couple of new things. We're going to start by visiting a town area. A town area is a safe haven from enemies. You will pretty much never find a bad guy in a town. What you will find is a set of friendly, or sometimes hostile, non-playable characters, or NPCs. Each NPC will have a conversation, or two or more, that they'll have with you. You just go and you talk to them. It'll be completely optional, but it'll be a way of uncovering new quests, sometimes items. Some people will be merchants and such. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to talk to Megan here. Now Megan is going to tell us about her son who has lost his running shoes. And the son just sits around, mopes all day because he doesn't have his shoes. So you can see now we got a new quest to talk to the kid. What we're going to do first though, we're going to talk to Megan again. And she's going to ask us to talk to him. And here at this point, you know, we can say, yeah, I'll do that for you. We can say, I don't have time for this, I don't want to do this. Basically, cancel. And this option is disabled. The option to ask for her to sweeten the pot a little bit, throw a little gold in there. Why not, huh? To access this option, you actually have to upgrade your persuasion skill. We haven't gone over the skill system at all yet, but one of the skills will be a persuasion skill, which allows you to access certain dialogue options that would otherwise not be accessible. In some cases, there will be just minor little things like this. In other cases, there'll be shortcuts, you know, or other dialogue options. They'll have an impact on your game. But right now, since we can't say that, and we want to be a nice guy, we're going to say, yeah, I'll do it. And so she's going to be happy. And so now we're going to go back into the wild, where we got bad guys waiting for us. And he's going to come on up here. We're going to dig a hole for him. Now we're going to go into the next town area, where we're going to find Jake. So we're going to talk to him. And he's going to beg us to find his shoes for him. And because, again, we're being the nice guy, we're going to say, sure, I'll do it. So we say yes. And he's going to say, thanks. Let me know if you find them. Alright. So we're going to go into the puzzle room now. This is a new feature. The puzzle rooms are a set of rooms that'll be throughout the game that you'll be able to access at any time in any order, but only if you really want to. And as you complete puzzle rooms, you'll gain new items, experience, etc. As we enter the first puzzle room, we're greeted with an introductory menu. Here, we get a quick overview of how the puzzle room will work, what we need to do. And we also, on this particular puzzle room, have access to a couple of, you know, tell me more. Tell me, can I use my bombs? What happens when I win? Anything? Yeah, you'll get stuff. I don't want to be here. Back out, or begin. So we're going to begin. Now the point of a puzzle room is to get all of the gold. And that will allow you to complete the puzzle room. That is different than the overworld, where you don't have to get the gold. In the overworld, you can go from one map to the next without getting all of the gold in any particular level. But in the puzzle level, you have to get all the gold. When you have gotten the last piece of gold, as we're going to get the last one here, you'll get a menu that allows you, well, it congratulates you, job well done, and then it lets you pick an item that you want. It'll list you 3 items. So here, we're looking at Jake's running shoes. He really wants these shoes, doesn't he? We might pick those. Or maybe we're looking at another item that we think looks better. Now, Jake really wants those shoes, but you only get to pick one item. You can't come back and do it again. So it's pretty much now or never for Jake's running shoes. So we're going to be a nice guy, and we're going to take his running shoes. And we're going to say yes. Now, at this point, I have to admit, I forgot to code in the script where he says, thank you so much for my running shoes. But basically, that is what would happen. We would go and talk to him, and he would say, thank you so much for my running shoes. So I'll let you use your imagination on that one. What we're going to do now, as we're in the middle of the quest, having not completed it, but undertaken it at least, we're going to actually go back and talk to Megan up here. And we're just going to see what's up with her, you know? And there's this gate, you know, we can't get through this gate. What the frick? And look, there's gold over there. I want the gold. And so I'm going to talk to her. And now she's going to say, you know, she's happy we've been talking to Jake. She wants to know how the hunt for shoes is going. Now, we haven't found the shoes yet. Actually, we did take them, but remember, I didn't script it. So I'm going to say, no, I'm still looking. Now, here's another persuasion option, which requires an even higher level, where you can lie to her, a blatant lie, and say, you found the shoes. He's very happy. Now open the gate, right? And she'll do it, because you've got persuasion. That's the value of the skill. If you don't pick the shoes, if you wanted something else, but you still want her to open the gate for you, this makes it possible. However, we don't have persuasion at all, let alone level 2. So let's look at this last option. Now here's where the fun really starts, I think. I haven't yet, Megan. What do you say you take these 25 bars of gold and let me through that gate right now? How can you resist that? Now, we could be the nice guy and just say, I'm still looking. But, nice guys finish last. So let's try to bribe her. Now, for the record, this would also be disabled. If you see this one disabled, if you didn't have 25 gold, not happening. So we got our gold. We got 26 even. So let's do it. Let's bribe her. Let's see what she says anyway. And she says, I would never. Oh, 25 bars of gold, you say? I can't refuse that. What has my son done for me lately anyway? Which is a good question. All he does is mope about his missing shoes. So she's going to open the gate for us. Look, she opened it. Now we'll go get the gold. We're all happy. Thank you, Megan. All right. Now, let's talk to her again. She's feeling a little bit guilty, isn't she? And shouldn't she? She sold her son out for gold. 25 bars. It took me 5 minutes to find that. She basically sold her son out for 25 bars of gold. 5 minutes of work. Now, here's how we can respond. We can be nice and try to make her feel better, prop her up. You know, we can say, you know, you might have done the wrong thing. Or, unfortunately, we don't have the persuasion skill, but we could ask for our money back. And why not? So we're going to go with the middle of the road. Family means everything, and doesn't it? It really does. Now, she feels so guilty, doesn't she? He's going to hold it against her. All right. So now what we're going to do, now it really gets cool, I think. You can tell I'm getting excited. We're going to go back here. Now, how about I show you the bombs, right? Here's a bomb. Bam! Alright, we took out that bad guy. That was fun. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Leave the bomb behind. Forget it. Alright, now let's get a little bit of gold here. Just for fun. Let's see if you can guess what's about to happen. I think some of you will. Now look at Jake down there. Doesn't he look like just an arrogant SOB. All he does with his life is run around looking for his missing shoes. Get a life! So what we're gonna do here to little Jake, we're gonna blow him up! There he goes! Alright. Now, I wonder how his mother is gonna react to this news. Don't you? I do. So let's go back in here, and let's get that guy out of the way. So let's go back and talk to his mother, shall we? Alright, here we go. Let's see how she reacts to this news. Oh, she's not taking this very well, is she? No, please no. Yeah, sold her son out to a cold-blooded killer. That's pretty much right. I am a savage. Alright, now as we close this, you see we've gained a new quest. Let's look at the quest. Console Megan? You killed young Jake, for whatever reason. No reason at all. Not surprisingly, she didn't handle it well, and we should try to console her. This is basically encouraging the player to go back and initiate another round of dialogue. So we're going to go back to the parent menu, blah, blah, blah. Resume game. Alright. So, basically, we need to talk to her again. No, we could kill her, too. But then we wouldn't get to talk to her. So, let's talk to her. Alright, and she's gonna ask what more I could possibly want. She already opened the gate, sold her son out, all that. So what do we want? I feel bad about what I did. Doesn't sound like it, does it? In times like these, it helps to talk about things. How are you feeling? Or we can be a little rude and, you know, dismiss her feelings entirely. Or, again, locked because we don't have persuasion. This is another way that persuasion will help you. The last time, you were just getting more gold out of it. Or something like that. But here, as you complete quests in the game, you'll gain experience, which you can use to upgrade your skills and such. And so you might be sitting there thinking, boy, I could really use the experience that I would get if I picked the right answer. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, maybe you fail the quest if you say the wrong thing. So this is a way where you're more often than not guaranteed it's a get out of jail free. If you've gone down the wrong path in a dialogue conversation, and ordinarily you'd have hosed yourself and you'd be out your experience points, it's just a safety valve, really. But we can't say that because we don't have the persuasion skill. So let's start by saying, I feel bad. Let's ask her to talk about it. Now, she's a little smarter than she looks. Just a little. And she sees right through our lies. My lies. Because I don't really feel bad about it at all. I think it's pretty funny. So, she's going to ask us why we used the bomb anyway. Why did we do that? Now, we got two options here. And I'm going to be straight with you. I'm going to tell you what to do. If I say, I don't know, I got caught up in the moment, please forgive me, she's going to forgive you. Quest accomplished. Mission succeeded. The other option is just to say it seemed like the best tool at the time for the job, you know. And it did. And now this one, well, this one is not going to end very well. Not for Megan, anyway. So let's do it. Let's say it seemed like the best tool. Oh, she's pretty much given up all hope. She thinks that if this is how I'm going to behave, that her homeland has no hope, and she should pretty much just kill herself right now. That's what she's saying. And so what she's going to do? Oh, she's going over to that gate. Oh my gosh, she just... Oh no! Oh my gosh! And, alright. This is what I'm trying to demonstrate with this demo video, this developer diary. That conversation is an example of how the things that you do in the game, the choices you make in your dialogue, are going to have sometimes significant impact on how the game, the story of the game, unfolds for you. As you play through the game, the way you behave is going to start eventually to shape the way people think of you, how they talk to you perhaps, the missions that may or may not be available to you. If you treat one person right instead of another person, then the one person is going to be thrilled with you, but the other person is not going to be happy. If you have two guys who are in competition, they're both trying to sell bombs, and you do a favor for one at the expense of the other guy, it's going to have an effect, perhaps a long-lasting effect, on the story and the gameplay of the game. Now that covers everything I wanted to go over in the second developer diary. We looked at the puzzle room, and we saw how the puzzle rooms will work, some of the features of puzzle rooms. And we saw how you'll be able to select an item as your reward at the end of a puzzle room. This is a way of encouraging the player to continue to try the puzzle rooms. You know, there should be a satisfaction involved in completing a puzzle room. Just the act of defeating the puzzle is rewarding. But there should also be, you know, more of an incentive than simply, I beat the puzzle room, go me. So allowing you to choose your own item instead of putting one down your throat gives you the opportunity to decide how you're playing the game. Do you want the items that make you move faster? Do you want items to make the enemies move slower? There are more items than that, but you get the idea. Depending on how you're playing the game, you'll be able to select the items that provide the best fit for your gameplay style. Now, as I continue work on this game, I'll be starting to go over some more features. I think in the next video, we'll probably take a look at some of the skills. You saw a brief glimpse of how some of the skills will work with the persuasion skill, which applies to dialogue sequences particularly. There are a number of other skills that I will start to unveil over time. So I believe the next video we'll start looking at some of those and perhaps start showing a few more features. The puzzle rooms have a couple of additions I haven't revealed yet. So that's what we'll look forward to in the next video. And like last time, if you have any questions or comments or feedback, please feel free to leave a reply or send me a message. If you like the game, if you see something that you think could work differently, that you think could make it work better, please let me know. I'd be happy to listen. And until next time, thanks for watching my video. Signing out.